Welcome back to another episode of the Searley Talks Warriors podcast, proudly brought to you by the legends at Ortex. Today I'm joined by another fan favourite, our starting 5'8", Chanel Harris-Tavita. Chanel, thanks for jumping on for a yarn, bro.
Hey, brother. No, all good. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. And before we get into a bit of footy chat, noticed you were at 660 with the lads last night. So how was that concert, bro? They always go unreal live, eh?
Yeah, that was mean. It was pretty last minute. Like I got a text from a mate saying that he had tickets. He texted me after our game against the Roosters, and he said, he had 2 tickets and he wasn't going. So, I got those and went with a few of the other boys that already had tickets. We had a good little crew, and it was my actual first time seeing 660 live. They were unreal.
That's mad. And a bit of Kiwi music to remind you of home, eh?
Yeah, bro. It was honestly, it felt like I was at home for a bit. There were some oldies around, and just the music and the whole atmosphere made me feel like this was probably the closest thing I've felt to home in a while.
Yeah, man. And let's kick it off with where it all started for you, bro. Can you tell us a bit about your upbringing? Born and raised in NZ. Did you always play rugby league growing up?
Yeah, so I was born in a small suburb southeast of Auckland called Pokeranga, and grew up watching my dad play rugby league, and that's where my love for footy sort of started. And I used to be ball boy for his team, and just being in and around the footy environment, it just made me want to become a player myself when I got older. The first sport I played was soccer. So when I turned 5, I played my first game of soccer, and I played that for a couple of years. And then, like I said, I started being ball boy for my dad's team, and thought I'd try rugby league out, and been playing it ever since.
You must have been pretty handy, bro. I think in 2016 you made your NYC debut for the Warriors at 17, and then junior Kiwis a couple years later. So were you always in the rep sides growing up, and how did you first get noticed by the Warriors?
I was in a few rep sides. I wasn't really a standout player, to be honest. I played a lot of footy with my cousin. His name's Harris-Tavita, and he was sort of the one that everyone was watching at the time. And there were a few other kids our grade. I don't know if you know Etene Nanai Seturo.
Yeah, mad feet. Holy.
Yeah. In our age group, and he was a gun. I don't know if you had Steve. I played with Stephen Masters. He's with the Rabbitohs. I think he's still with the Rabbitohs, and Stafford Tour. We all played club footy together at Mount Wellington. So we had a pretty gun side at a young age. But yeah, growing up through the grades, I didn't really make too many rep teams until I think I got to around age 15, 16. And when I first started making the rep teams, I got a bit of taste of what it's like to play at the top level, and started working hard on my game off the field, and I sort of paid dividends on the field. And then once I started seeing the results, then I sort of became addicted to working on my game and getting better.
Yeah, unreal. And 2019 was a pretty big year for you, bro. Your first real crack training with the top side, and then you later made your debut in round 4 against the Titans. So what do you remember from that game, and how was the build up to your debut?
Oh, bro, it was unreal. I remember that preseason. That was when Sean Johnson left the club, and I wasn't too sure if they were going to sign another half. And then Mooks basically sat myself, Adam Kieran, and Hayes Perham down, and he said that like whoever trains the best during preseason, they're going to get the number 6 jersey alongside Blake Green round 1. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was a little challenge between like a few mates, and that was probably one of the hardest preseasons I've done. And Adam Kieran ended up getting the initial nod, and I was real happy for him, because he was the one that stood out during the preseason, and we were all working hard, but Kegs just seemed like the right fit for that jersey, round one. And I think it was round 4, Mooks actually sat me down in his office and said that I'll be making my debut. And I actually couldn't believe it. But yeah, later that week, I ended up running out, and the boys put on a solid performance against the Titans and had a few nice touches. So, and it was in front of my family at home at Mount Smart. So that was an unforgettable week, and probably one of the most, one of my most special moments in my career.
For sure, pretty special. And I can imagine growing up as a Kiwi kid, wearing the Warriors jersey would have been a bit of a dream come true for you, bro. And did you have any players that you kind of idolized growing up as well?
Yeah, right. So when I was real young, probably from like under 12s to under maybe 16s, I really enjoyed watching Benji Marshall.
Yeah.
Just his ability to beat defenders with his left and right foot, and goosey, and the deception he has around when he runs. So I used to watch his highlights before every club game, and used to run out and do the exact opposite. But I still love watching him, and I think once I got to a certain age where I realized I was never going to be as fast and have as mean a step as what's his name, Benji Marshall, I started watching Cooper Cronk, because he's real structured, and he's really calm and composed, and I could see myself being a player sort of emulate what he does on the field. And yeah, once I realized I couldn't play like Benji Marshall, I started watching Cooper Cronk a lot more.
You're not the only one that tried to be like Benji and failed, bro. Don't you
Yeah.
worry. And also in 2019, you were named the club's Rookie of the Year. Is there a particular memory that stands out for you from your rookie season, or even like a welcome to the NRL moment?
Oh, bro, there's so many moments in that first year where I just had to pinch myself that I was playing at the top level. I think it's just running out and seeing who you're playing against. That was the most exciting part. I think my third game was the Anzac Test, and I was playing against Cam Smith, one of the greatest players to ever play the game. And I remember getting tackled by him and looking up, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. I just got up and played the ball, and just in my head it was surreal and crazy, because like this guy's played 400 games of NRL, and like I'm 3 games in, and yeah, there were a lot of special moments throughout that rookie season for me. And I think the best part was just seeing even the players I was playing alongside. Like I was playing with Roger Tuivasa, Ken Maumalo. We had a solid forward pack at the time as well, and I got to play majority of my games with Tohu Harris as my back rower. And you know what Tohu's like. He's one of the best players he's the best player in our team at the moment. So that was, yeah, there's so many moments I could talk about, but the best part would be seeing the players I get to play with and the players I got to play against.
Yeah, that's unreal. And you mentioned him there, but you've played the majority of your footy alongside one of the greats of the club and the game, RTS. So what was it like playing with Roger, and what impact do you think he's had on you as a player?
I think he's taught me what it means to be a pro athlete. Whenever people talk about Rog, they talk about his quick feet and his ability to beat defenders, and the way he moves across the park. But the stuff that impressed me the most about Rog was the way he conducted himself off the field. He left no stone unturned. He always did the little things to make sure his body was in the right shape, and he gave himself every chance to play every game. So if I took anything from Roger, it's to look after your body, and you can string together more games and build more consistent performances.
Yeah, nice. And moving on to this season now, let's talk about Sunday's game. A tough result in the end with the boys going down in a close one to the Roosters. In my
Yeah.
opinion, there were some pretty controversial calls, but we won't go there. Still plenty of positives though, heading into halftime up and stayed in the fight for the full 80. So how were the boys feeling after the game, and what do you think were the main takeaways from that performance?
We're obviously disappointed with the result. We we wanted to take it to them, and we thought we did in the first half. And yeah, we just finished our review this morning, and we thought we missed a lot of opportunities to attack out of yardage, and that put a lot of pressure on us on defense because we weren't making many yards, and then when we'd kick that start their set off 40 meters off their own line, and then we're straight away defending our line. So big work on for us this week is getting our yardage, improving our yardage attack, and actually pushing with each other coming out of yardage, so that we can get in better positions to kick the ball and build a bit more pressure. So yeah, that's the main takeaway from our review.
Yeah, nice. And the lads have gone 3 from 6 so far with wins over the Tigers, Broncos and Cowboys. So from both a personal and team standpoint, how would you rate the start to the year?
I think we're getting better each week, and that's the main thing. We didn't start the way we wanted to in our first few games, and that's partly due to people getting injured and people being suspended and out of position. But I think that the main thing for us is to make sure we're not taking a step back from now on. The last few games we've started really well, and that's been a big focus for us this year, is to start well. And I think if we can keep doing that over the next month, we can start getting a few more winning streaks, and it'll put us in a good position at the back end of the season, I reckon.
Then another big clash this Monday, Anzac Day game against the Storm. Some key matchups all across the park, but none more talked about than the Battle of the Spine. So how do you prepare to shut down guys like Munster, Hughes, Pappenhausen and Grant?
Yeah, they're an electric spine, one of the best in the game. And honestly, I think if we focus on what we're good at and getting better as a spine, better than last week anyway, I think we'll put ourselves in a good position. We took it to the Roosters, but we only did it for one half, and there's a few minor improvements with our attack that we'll want to adjust that training this week. And I'm feeling pretty confident that we can go out and put out a good performance this week on Monday.
Great to hear. And Warriors fans were really excited to see you partner with SJ this year. So how have you found training and playing alongside Sean so far? And how do you think your game styles complement each other?
Well, obviously Sean brings a lot of experience to the team. He's very calm and composed when things start to get frantic, and I think that takes a lot of pressure off me. And what also takes a lot of pressure off me is his kicking game. For the last couple of years, I've had the role of being the main kicker, and having someone that can kick on both sides of the ruck is important for us to, important for the way we want to attack. And Shawnee, he just takes a lot of pressure off myself, and I feel like I can focus on my game and improve as an individual, and that's what's best for the team.
And it's a fairly new spine, combination still growing, and Reece mentioned on here last week he thinks you guys are just scratching the surface on your potential. Is that how you feel about things also?
Yeah, I think with more time together, we'll keep getting better. We're still learning each other's games, and myself and Reece, we're still inexperienced, and we're just trying to learn every week. So having Koro there with us in the spine, and with the help of Stace and Brownie and the coaches, I think we'll build something pretty special.
Yeah, man. And you're regarded as one of the best defensive halves in the game, often seen putting in some pretty massive shots. So is this something you pride yourself on, and what's your mindset when it comes to D?
Yeah, well, for the first couple of years, I wanted to just make a good highlights reel. but this like my focus moving forward is to just be a reliable defender and to make my tackles. And I just want the people inside and outside of me to feel comfortable defending with me. And yeah, that's basically what I want. I just want people to want to defend with me and keep getting better.
Nice, keep smashing them, bro. And you've clocked up 4 seasons with the Warriors now, off contract at the end of the year. When can we expect an announcement as to where you'll be playing footy next year, bro? Because I think I speak on behalf of all Warriors fans when I say we'd love to see you at the club for many more years.
Yeah, so I'm in talks with my agent at the moment, and that's a process that's gonna hopefully happen over the next month. The Warriors have an offer on the table, and I'm just working with my manager at the moment to see what's best for my future.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And as one of the boys that have played at Mount Smart before, are you looking forward to coming back July 3, playing against the Tigers in front of a packed stadium full of Warriors fans?
Oh, bro, honestly, I honestly can't wait. Yeah, we haven't played there since 2019, I think.
Yeah.
Even a normal game at Mount Smart's unreal, and to have this homecoming game where like all our fans back home haven't seen us play in what 3 years. So, and I haven't been able to. One of my favorite parts of rugby league is playing in front of my family, and haven't been able to do that for that long. So, touch wood, I stay injury free and keep getting better, and that's definitely marked in my calendar, the July 5th game.
It's going to be unreal. And what's been the talk amongst the Aussie lads about New Zealand, bro? Have you been telling them a bit about what to expect when they make the trip across the ditch?
Yeah, I told them that they might have to buy a few more jumpers. You don't need a jumper here in Brizzy. You just walk around with a singlet and jandals. But I told them the weather's not as consistent, and it's a bit colder. So I think they're ready for it. There's a few Aussie boys that have already stayed in NZ, and they actually really enjoyed it. So they're looking forward to going back as well.
Yeah, man. And a bit of rep footy chat before we move into the quickfire stuff. You represented the Maori All Stars this year. How was that experience, bro, representing your Maori heritage and what has to be one of the coolest games of the year?
Oh yeah, that was a massive privilege. Being able to, or having the opportunity to represent my iwi and my family and everything that I represent. And to get the win was the icing on the cake. Doing the haka and just the whole night, bro, the whole week actually was something I'll never forget. And I'll definitely be keen to keep playing in that team if I get selected.
For sure. And with the World Cup scheduled later this year as well, is playing in that tournament for either Samoa or the Kiwis a goal of yours?
Yeah, well, honestly, my focus is on the Warriors at the moment, and I know if I play well enough for the Wires, I might get a call up. So that's at the end of the year. We'll worry about that later. But all I'm worried about now is Melbourne Storm next Monday.
Good answer. And let's rip into some quickfire questions, bro. Do you support or follow any other professional sporting teams?
I don't think I actually do. Nah. I don't really watch too much sport outside of rugby league. Yeah. All the other boys do, but honestly, I don't follow too. I like following like players that I've played with before, like Roger and how some of the boys have cross code, but I don't have any team that I follow.
Fair enough. And who's the biggest joker or pest in the team?
Oh, he's the bro that I'm with now, Reece Walsh, the biggest pest. It used to be Jazz Tavanga, but she's definitely surpassed him as the pest in the team.
Oh, good. And what's your favourite things to do outside of footy?
In my spare time, I like reading, I like writing, playing golf, hanging out with my mates, drinking coffee, and just getting away from footy and taking my mind away from it, because it can get pretty hectic when you're in season. can watch a lot of video with the coaches, and training can get a bit mundane, a little bit boring. But yeah, I enjoyed a bit of solitude on the day off, and sometimes just drinking a coffee with my mates. Nothing better.
Yeah, nice. And Run It Straight challenge. Who's the one Warrior you'd least like to run it at? Your mate Walshy actually mentioned you here, so.
Probably Adam.
Yeah.
He's just a body, and yeah, he smoked the bro the other week, and that didn't look fun. So yeah, and probably Adam for All Bloke.
Yeah, good answer. And favorite players to watch in the NRL, bro? They don't have to be from the Warriors, but is there anyone you like watching from other teams?
Yeah, I like watching Cherry Evans, Nathan Cleary, mainly the halves. I just like watching, seeing what they do different to me, and how I can maybe improve my game from the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, and some listener questions now. First one's from Warriors Anonymous, and he says, congrats on your form, bro. What are your biggest work-ons in your game at the moment?
Well, for the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to simplify my game, and really focus on a couple of things really well, instead of trying to focus on 10 things at once. I think over the next, over the next few weeks, I would want to focus on helping organise the team, and taking a bit of pressure off Shawnee with my kicking game. Something I've been focusing on for the past month, or since the season started, was my execution of my passes and my kicks. And yeah, I'd just like to take a little bit more pressure off Shawnee to organise the team, and I think that will help our attack flow more effectively.
Yeah, nice. The next one comes from Carlos Jr., and he says, what do you see as your best position, as you've had the ability to play multiple throughout your time?
I still think I'm a halfback. I've seen and heard a lot of things about me playing in different positions, but I just don't think I'm fast enough to play fullback, or strong enough to play in the centres, and I feel like the halfback or 5'8" position is best suited for me.
Yeah, I agree. You're going well, bro. Keep it up. And Warriors NRL Fanatics, he says, favourite teammates to hang with off the field?
I've got a little crew. Sean Johnson, Wade Egan. That's the bro I live with. We flat together in
nice.
Brizzy, and Bailey Cernan. So yeah, we've got a little Bris Vegas crew, and we usually meet for coffees and recovery on our days off.
Beauty. And what's the one thing you miss the most about New Zealand?
I've got to say family. Like being around them is really important, and they're actually coming over to visit at the end of this week, so I'm really excited to see them. They're going to come over for a week, and got them a little Airbnb, so got to make up for some time that I've spent away from them.
Oh, that'll be unreal, bro. Well, that's it for me. Thanks again for taking the time to jump on. Big fan of your game. Love watching you play every week, and you certainly give your all for the jersey, and the fans really appreciate it. So all the best on Monday night, and up the Warriors.
Nah, thanks for having me on, brother. Appreciate all the support, and hopefully we can go get this dub on Monday.